Are you satisfied with your understanding of sustainability? If not, like me, imagine a journey together, a pluralistic one, with innovators, startup, academia, NGO, all together looking for solution to the greatest challenge of our time. I'm Samuele Tini, and this is the Sustainability Journey.
Welcome to another episode, and today I'm so pleased to have here a sustainability leader, somebody that is a contributor to the World Economic Forum, to the Harvard Business Review. She's an author. I'm really thrilled to this episode. Welcome and thank you for being here, Nahia Orduña.
Thank you. Thank you very much for hosting me in your podcast. It is an honor.
Thank you, Nahia. I don't know even where to start. You are a leader. You have done a lot of work in this field. And usually we start the podcast discussing a bit about your background. How you have become a sustainability leader?
I just think that when being well educated in many different fields will advance my career until I retire, but this is actually not the reality. I have had to reinvent myself so many times in my professional life because, there was a crisis, or I was made redundant, or I needed a new challenge. So I realized that it not only happened to me, but happened to also many other people. And some people struggle to find the next opportunity. So I have a big belief. I believe the world will be a better place if we all make the best use of our talent. So then I decided to take this as an opportunity, and I started focusing my energy to guide people to get new careers in the digital workplace. So I am an engineer, and I strive to bring technology topics closer to the people and share my expertise. So in that journey, I realized that more and more people are looking for the next opportunity, and it is more linked than ever to purpose. Like, people really want to make the world a better place. So I decided there to learn more about sustainability and how to help others to pursue a career with impact. And since then, I talk to many people, I'm involved in many initiatives, and I share my thoughts in different ways. So I'm very happy to be here in this podcast and share some tricks to pursue a career in sustainability with all of you.
I'm sure that is the hot topic with the great resignation, and really the people and the millennials that are really wanting to work with companies that have purpose and sustainability. You are the right person, and we will discuss also your insightful article on the Harvard Business Review on that. Before that, I want to take a step that, in your book, you talk the future of work, and you already hinted a bit about that. Can you explain a bit what is the future of the work and how is it going and where?
Just to bring some fact here on the table. So the World Economic Forum released a report the future of jobs, like 2020. I estimate that 2025, which is in a couple of years, 85 million jobs may be displaced. So a lot of jobs will disappear. But this is not something I don't want the people of your podcast to panic. Actually, what I want to share is that the same report predicts that more roles will open. So 97 million jobs. So instead 85 disappear, 97 million jobs will appear. And these are the jobs of the future. So when I talk about the future of work, I talk about find your job of tomorrow. And actually, these are better opportunities. The good news for today, this future of work, these new jobs, there are plenty of diverse opportunities for workers who want to make an impact. So there is no unique career path when it comes to sustainability. You don't need to just drop what you are doing, put aside what you learn, and build a green career. So sustainability is actually a broad and a relatively new field. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay with us. And it is expanding because as society becomes more educated, the consumers' demands are changing. So more people are asking for sustainable products, for sustainable practices, and they make more conscious efforts to choose green brands. So this is bringing to a lot of new jobs. Businesses are reacting, and they are developing practices friendly with sustainability and solutions in every function. And the good news, as I said, these jobs are new, so you don't compete with somebody with 10 years experience in that job. So the playing field is even, new people can reinvent and find new opportunities in the sustainability area.
And thank you so much for the good news. So there is hope also for me. Yes. And everybody, it's really interesting. And you use the word reinvention, and your book I think it went out in the printing 2020. It's called your digital reinvention. So also, in the technology, what is the topic of the book and how you are putting insights there?
So I'm just helping the people to thrive in this digital world. Like I think that nowadays, thanks to the technology and this digital world, we can shape our next steps easier. For example, we are here today, we are sharing ideas and the people hear us in different places of the world at different time. I found this fantastic. So each of us has the opportunity to use the digital advantage and find their next step. Now, thanks to technology, we can learn easier, we can connect easier to each other, we can share our knowledge easier as long as we are connected. That's why my book was like a blueprint to help people reinvent themselves and find their job of tomorrow.
Wonderful. And now I want to ask the question that is, I think, on everybody's mind who is listening to us. Which tip can you provide? I know I read your wonderful article about how to find a job in sustainability, and then you have written the book. Which are the tips that you can share also to people to get there?
So I'm going to give like kind of 5 steps. As I come from this tech world, I always talk about 5 sprints. This means focus on one, and when you are like done with it, you go to the other, like make your own path. And for me, the first one is like get inspired, no, get your inspiration. In the case of sustainability, you should educate yourself, like in the 3 pillars of sustainability. So we know the United Nations definition of sustainability, which is we need to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. People usually think this only automatically in the environmental part, but actually has 3 pillars, right? The environmental, the social, and the economic. So environmental is the one we know, like we help companies, for example, to reduce their carbon footprint. The social focus more on the organization, on the people, on the impact we do in the community. And the economic, we ensure that companies that make profits through sustainable means and have ethical corporate governance. So this is like new, and a lot of new roles are appearing around that. Many companies, they are now giving a score. It's like called the ESG score. So ESG, environmental, social, and governance. And the companies like studies like McKinsey, they have found that actually there is a positive relationship between this score and the profitability, the financial returns. So no wonder that the companies want to invest on them. So you should like learn about this. I also advise to the people to go to the UN and United Nations and learn about this 17 Sustainable Development Goals, because you get a lot of inspirations. So look at that, look at the talks, and stay like, I will advise, stay like 2 weeks just reading, learning, getting the idea of like the possibilities of what is sustainability. It's the 2 weeks there, and when you think now you have the big picture, you know what it is, then you can go to the second sprint. So when you know all this, let's go to the second step, and the second is like find your direction. So now you have in the head everything that is happening around, because you've been 2 weeks reading, watching videos, and so on. But now you have to think, what does it mean for you? What goals, what concepts resonate with you? Ask yourself, what role can you play, right? So the second is about finding your direction, identify your area of expertise. So think, how can you contribute through your passion, your education, your area of expertise? You don't need to drop what you are doing. So for example, I am an engineer, and I have seen like now how as engineer, as working in the cloud technology, I can help to reduce the carbon footprint. It's just like, I don't drop my career as engineer. What can I do? And this is for me as engineer. But for example, if you are like in the fashion industry, so look into business, focus on producing sustainable clothing. If you studied law, you think, law, can I do something for the sustainability? Yes, because we have new regulations, like corporations need to upskill their legal teams. If you become sustainable expert as a lawyer, you also have a great opportunities. If you don't know, just Google it, or just go to LinkedIn and look sustainability, ESG under the jobs tab, and think, okay, I'm a lawyer, ESG, or like engineer, ESG, engineer sustainability. You will find a lot of new jobs.
That is interesting. So the first step, educate, get inside, jump in the water. And the second, also find your path that within your skills and where you are. And then which is the next one in this marathon?
So the next is like, when you know you know your job of tomorrow, your job of sustainability of tomorrow, then you should upskill on that, right? It's when you know the job, it's so much easier to figure out what you need to get there, right? I hear you have been already a couple of weeks investigating and doing you now need to create your development plan and think what you have to learn. So actually there is like also from the United Nations, there is like a study, a Green General Skill Index. And this identifies 4 main types of skills, which are like quite important. Ones are like these technological and engineering skills. So for example, as I said, cloud technology, we have like a growing demand of technical expertise to reduce the energy consumption, improve efficiency in the cloud. So if you are in that area, is the area where I am, you can upskill in the sustainability in the cloud. But also the second group is these science-based skills. So these are like biology, physics, are super important for the utility sector, focus on helping infrastructures transition to sustainable sources of energy. So you can do something in the energy. So go do those green skills. But also a third one that a lot of people relate to this is the operational management skills. So all the organizations need to now get into the sustainability. So say they need people that they can really have an overall understanding of how a company operates and communicate with internal, with external stakeholders. So operational skills are also needed there. And also there is other category, which is the monitoring skills, because as I said, like a lot of like now businesses need to report this ESG score. So there are new jobs in compliance, inspectors for tracking, assessing, understanding the technical criteria. So whether you have the monitoring skills that you can develop them, operational management, technology for sustainability, physics. So depending on your background, what you want to do, you can get some trainings. Nowadays it's super easy to get trainings like virtual trainings, and then you can upskill yourself. So getting ready for that.
I think everybody now should jump and start. And the skills are really broad, from the monitoring, there is a boom of certification and consultants that are needed there to support. The operational management is the bread and butter. If you don't, and also people that they are there, working and doing bolts, how can do bolts more sustainably? and the science-based and the engineering. As you said, you are in the world of engineering and web. The web, if it was a country, it will be the 7th largest polluter. So there is need for now upskilling there because it's an emergency. And now, okay, we have studied. Now we are there. Where do we go?
It's important to follow this order, because you cannot just start upskilling if you didn't think what you wanted to do first. But now, when I was like some years ago, I would have thought, okay, if I'm upskilled, I'm ready. But no. I think the last 2 steps are very important. The fourth one is the networking, because the sustainability sector is very broad. So how can you find exactly where you need? So networking is a great way to get inspired, to discover new areas of interest. So there are like multiple professional networks on sustainability. You can join some of the networks. You can, as you say, like connect with the people as we are doing now, and get experts. Go to LinkedIn and find professionals. Yes, networking usually is what brings to the right opportunities. And just contact the people, join networks, join events, and find out more. I have been reinventing myself many times in my life, and I found networking very key for succeeding.
Also follow the podcast, you will get wonderful.
Exactly, follow this podcast, learn with the people that are coming in this podcast. Yeah.
It's really important, and this networking has taken you also to the heights that you have reached. And now you are done. What is the 5th one?
So the last one, I always believe that we should share what we know to make the people better. So sharing helps the people around us because we share with them, helps the community. If we all share what we know, the communities will be better. But ultimately, it also helps you, because when you share, you put your thoughts in order, and you research, you get challenged, you get a better version of yourself. So it's also like a way to become more visible for potential employers or attract the right recruiters, because for example, if you use a professional site like LinkedIn and you start developing your green brand on social media, so you can create content, you can share articles, or like this podcast that is interesting. So it's like tweet an article, post commentary, so or produce yourself your video with your thoughts. Like sharing, it really attracts opportunities, and you can use your brand to exemplify this dedication to sustainability. When you're applying to jobs, it's so much more powerful if you apply to a sustainability job and you say, by the way, I wrote this article, I am following this podcast, I learned this here. So they say you are so much more involved than just you did the training. And this is very good, especially when you apply to the right company. So I will also advise you, like, when you apply to a role, reach out to companies that have clear sustainability goals, and then you can share your brand and what you've been doing. It's quite powerful.
Wow, thank you so much. This is a very practical tip and tool to use. And as we always say, and also the spirit of the posters, we try to give, and I'm sure philosophy that, gods, they will give you back. So that is also a good point of view, and sharing the karma. And so the sharing will be, it is a stepping stone of everything. And I think it's important, especially in the sustainability field. I hope now people are taking notes and they are using all your wonderful tips. We also put the article, of course, in the description, so that they can go and read and even contact and discuss. One thing that is peculiar to the podcast is that it may be also in the sustainability world, because I was reading an article for my dissertation saying, B Corp, certified B Corp that are women-led and women-owned, they have better results. And even on the posters, we are proud to say we have a bit gender imbalance. We have more than 90% of guests are women, and you are a women leader. Usually we ask to people like you are in the STEM, you are also working, how to diversify. I want to ask you a bit about your being a woman leader, and especially in the field of sustainability and work. A bit of your insights and, a bit of your thoughts.
Yeah, so yes, in the field of the technology, there are not so many women, there are not so many women justice. I think it's very related to sustainability. Sustainability has one dimension on social justice, and there should be equal opportunities to everybody, no matter your gender, but also like your age, your background, your nationality, what you speak. So I think it's very relatable, and we should work to make this world a better place, a more inclusive place, because that will benefit all of us. So for me, from my personal experience, I have to say that I felt sometimes challenged as a woman in tech, especially when I was pregnant and I was having the kids, and what are you going to do? Continue working? What happens? So this is where I had this okay, I'm going to focus my energy, instead of justifying what I'm doing, to trying to bring more diverse talent and help more diverse talent. So in fact, the idea for me writing the book is to help people, no matter the background. I made sure I was interviewing people from all the background, age, gender parts of the world, and then get a better view and help the people to find their job. So it's something I have very much in everything I do, trying to help people of diverse background to find their place, because we need talent, and we need more and more talent, diverse, because it's the way we get also more creative. And as I said in the beginning, this world will be so much a better place if we can all make use of our talents. Can you imagine everybody using their talent at their best? As humans, we will get so much more. And this is this personal mission now, and that's why I have the book. I organize events after work to help people to go to digital careers and so on.
Wow. And Nahia, I think your personal mission it's a wonderful one, and you are really fostering the talent development, and the work you are doing with your article and your books. It's really in line, and they are helping people, and I'm sure are also helping people that are listening to us on how to move, and notwithstanding the accents, notwithstanding the background, and notwithstanding the gender, notwithstanding the sexual orientation, to have a focus and work in these fields. It's really important. And we are approaching now the end of such an insightful episode. Usually we ask the final call for action to the audience, the people that are listening to us.
Great. So I will tell them just for the information of you listener, there is a job in sustainability for you. So please follow the steps, the 5 steps we just shared, and please share your journey with us. So contact us in social media. I want to hear more. I get contact with people who follow the steps, get a new job. I want to hear you.
Wonderful, yes, and we'll do it. I will also put myself in that part.
Exactly. Join the movement. There is your job of tomorrow in sustainability. New jobs, no competition, nobody has the experience, so you can shape it.
You can say wonderful, and then we create a community of people that they want to make an impact and a purpose in this part.
Exactly. Let's go for it. Yeah, that's the point.
Thank you so much, Nahia. It's been a real pleasure. Great episode. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. It was fun.
Are you satisfied after this wonderful episode? Let's continue together our sustainability journey.